What do you do when the woman you love the most humiliates you in front of your family, and tells you another man is more of a man than you? Do you argue? Do you fight back? Or do you stay silent, and let her think you're weak? That night, at a family dinner filled with witnesses, I chose to smile instead of react. But what she didn't know was this: I had already taken action. A secret revelation that will shock her to the bone. And when the doorbell suddenly rang, everything in that room began to fall apart. The dinner table was full. Both families. Her parents sat on one side. Mine sat on the other. Friends filled the remaining chairs. It was supposed to be a celebration, a unity dinner, after years of marriage. The room was loud with laughter. But I felt something was off. My wife, Melissa, had been unusually confident all evening. She kept touching her phone, smiling at messages, whispering to her sister. I ignored it, until she decided to speak. It happened in the middle of conversation. She leaned back in her chair, looked at me, and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Honestly, he's more of a man than you." The table went silent. Forks stopped mid-air. My mother looked shocked. My father lowered his eyes. Her friends laughed awkwardly. She continued, smiling. "At least he knows how to take care of a woman. Not like some people." The insult wasn't subtle. It was designed to hurt. Designed for the audience. Both families were watching me. They were all wondering who she was talking about. Waiting for a reaction. My chest tightened. But I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I didn't even look angry. Instead, I smiled. Not a fake smile. A calm one. The kind of smile people misunderstand. Melissa noticed. Her smile faded slightly. "Why are you smiling?" she asked. I calmly took a sip of water. "Just enjoying the evening," I said. That made her uncomfortable. Good. Because I had already made a decision that morning. Something had been bothering me for weeks. Late nights. Sudden trips. New passwords on shared accounts. Unexplained transfers. Strange withdrawals. And the constant comparison to this mysterious, more of a man friend she mentioned. So I hired a private investigator. Not out of anger. Out of certainty. I wanted facts. And facts don't argue. They expose. As dinner continued, tension grew. Melissa kept trying to regain control of the room. But the silence after her insult lingered. My father finally said quietly, "Let's enjoy the night." But I knew something they didn't. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Everyone paused. Melissa frowned. "Who is that?" she anxiously asked. I stood up slowly. "I'll check." The room watched as I walked to the door. When I opened it, a well-dressed man stood outside holding a leather folder. He nodded respectfully. "Mr. Carter? I believe this is for you." He handed it over. "I've completed the investigation as requested." My heart was steady. Not racing. Because I already suspected the truth. I thanked him and closed the door. When I returned to the dining room, everyone was staring. Melissa crossed her arms. "Who was that?" I didn't answer immediately. I placed the folder gently on the table. Right in the center. "What's that?" she asked, her voice slightly defensive now. "Information," I said calmly. Her father laughed nervously. "Is this some kind of drama?" I opened the folder. Inside were printed photographs. Clear. Time-stamped. Melissa sitting in a hotel lobby with a man. Holding hands. Entering a room together. Multiple dates. Different locations. The room went still. Melissa's face slowly drained of color. "That's not," she began. But I turned the page. Bank statements. Unfamiliar transfers. Money moved into a private account I had never seen before. Large amounts. Over several months. Then came the final section. Hidden credit lines opened in both our names. Debt structured carefully. Designed so that if anything collapsed, I would carry the majority of it. I closed the folder slowly. The silence in the room was heavy. Her friends were no longer smiling. Her sister looked down. My mother covered her mouth. Melissa's confidence was gone. She whispered, "This is private?" "Yes," I replied calmly. It was. Her father asked, "Is this true?" She didn't answer. Because the evidence was undeniable. I looked around the table. Both families. Everyone who had heard her say I wasn't enough. Everyone who had heard her call another man more of a man. Then I spoke, still calm. I didn't respond earlier because I don't argue without proof. Melissa's hands were shaking now. "This isn't what it looks like," she said. I nodded. "That's why I hired someone. So I wouldn't rely on assumptions." She tried to speak again but nothing came out. Her confidence, The same confidence she used to humiliate me was gone. Because now the room knew. Now the comparison had reversed. Now the truth was visible. Her more of a man was sitting in photographs. Not in this room. And the financial deception meant this wasn't just betrayal. It was planning. Her father stood up slowly. Melissa, is this real? Tears filled her eyes. She finally broke. I didn't mean for it to go this far. The words were small. Too small. I closed the folder. I didn't bring this to shame you, I said quietly. I brought it so you would understand why I smiled. She looked at me trembling. Why didn't you say anything earlier? Because, I replied, respect isn't won in arguments. It's revealed in truth. The room was silent. Both families now understood. The insult had been premature. The humiliation had backfired. And the confidence she showed earlier now felt misplaced. I stood up. I'll be filing the necessary legal steps tomorrow, I said calmly. The financial transfers will be reviewed. And from this point forward, everything will be handled properly. No shouting. No threats. Just clarity. Melissa tried to reach for my hand. But I gently stepped back. I hope, I said, you find the man you believe is better. Then I walked toward the door again. This time no one laughed. No one interrupted. No one compared. Because now they understood. When I left the house that night, I didn't feel anger. I felt peace. Not because revenge was loud, but because truth had spoken for me. And in the end, the doorbell wasn't the beginning of drama. It was the beginning of consequences.